Stream is started, which it is, we can hop right in. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for August 19th, 2019. SPY up 1.26% and Qs 1.58. We got just a couple minutes left. All right, so just to recap from Friday, we got a sell setup failure here on the Qs as soon as we got this gap up. So this told you no longer bearish, right? Yes, Friday's high was our line in the sand. If we get over that, we're no longer bearish. We are now at neutral, basing up here. And if we break out over Thursday's high, up over 189.68, then we are back to bullish. Okay, neutral going into tomorrow, over Thursday's high. Sorry, this is not Thursday. Over Tuesday's high. All right. Then we will be back to bullish. Okay, here it is on the daily. Here's the pattern. All right, sloppy consolidation here. Okay, so over this bar right here. All right, over 189.70. That means sell-off should be buyable, back to bullish. All right, so we are back now up at resistance and basing at it. Okay, in the meantime, unless we break this support down here, we're going to be neutral. Okay, so we have our areas here that we are looking for. Okay, SPY, same thing. Over this high here, which on the SPY is 294.15. Okay, we will be bullish. Otherwise, we are neutral. So we are here up at resistance. We'll see what kind of follow through that resistance gets, if any. Okay, but we are now neutral on the short term. Weekly and monthly still remain bullish on the Qs and SPY. Okay, there's the weekly and the monthly. All right, both in a nice uptrend, still bullish. All right, so going into tomorrow, neutral. All right, and we'll see if we get through this resistance here and set the tone for the rest of the week. Otherwise, we'll stay neutral. Okay. All right, so last second here and market is closing. So what I wanted to go over today is because right now we are doing an open house. We have a lot of new people. I want to make sure that you understand how the play calls work, okay? Because it's not something where I say long and you don't know where I'm getting out or where I'm stopping the play or anything like that, right? We give you the exact place that we get in, the exact place that we're going to stop the play, and where we're going to take profits. So I want to make sure that you understand the format so that you can follow along, so that you can really take advantage of the free open house. Okay, so I'm just going to use two plays. All right, the most recent one being the GGAL. Okay, GGAL. We came out of lunch here. I like that this was staying very weak here. Okay, very weak, and we were playing this breakdown. Okay, nice base, can't get off the lows, playing it underneath the lows. Daily also staying very weak, had a gap down last Monday, and staying at the lows, right? And so told you that targets were 1520, okay, and we got there pretty quickly, went to 1521, okay, and I said go ahead and trail half. All right, we made another, so that's going to look like this when I say trail half. Okay, 1 minute bar by bar. So that ended up trailing over 26. And then on the new lows, we trailed another quarter. And then the last piece, which wasn't that great of a trail, we gave it to over this topping tail, which it did trail here and then make new lows. Okay, so when we look at this play here, okay, so now that you've seen how it works, okay, what this means, okay, when it says short, all right, obviously that's direction, right? If it breaks 1550, because it's basing at it, that's the low of the day. If we break that, that's been support, the support's been weakening, we expect follow through lower, okay? And stop is 1570. So that means if it prints 1571, we're going to be out of it, okay? So that way you know we're sizing for about 20 cents per share. All right, so you can know that on a play, if it doesn't work, right, that's how much you're going to lose, about 20 cents per share. Okay, so this is going to be the format, and then T1 represents target one, and then T2 was just to be determined because we're into an area that we haven't been in, right? And there's no, if we break through that, there's really not much clear support. You see it's closing here at the lows. Unfortunately, we didn't stick with it all the way until the end. But nice little play there on the GGAL. And hey, what do you know? Hourly actually held up. So you could have held it. We talked about the hourly trail on Friday for things that look like they could be all-day trends, right? And this kind of fits. Volume's not that big, but we do have a little bit of a gap down. We do have relative weakness, and we don't really have that much of a trend change on the weekly, different from the gap that we got on Monday. But the management, if you had done hourly bar by bar, that would keep you in. Okay, but that's how that's going to work, okay? The first number is the area that we're looking, if it's a short, to get under. And once it breaks, we are in. And then the second number is the stop, okay? So let's go ahead and go over this IQ here. So IQ was also a call this morning. All right, this was called as a long, all right? So when you see something posted like this, IQ long over 1860, okay? Over 1860, and stop is 1830. That means if it prints 1829, we will be out. After, if it prints 1861, we will be in, okay? And the target was 1890, okay? All right? And so that will be the setup on this IQ. Now, this IQ, if you may notice, only got to 1883 before coming back in, okay? Now, these are the only two calls that or plays that I called today. Here's that IQ, okay? Only two calls from me today, okay? And the IQ did not work, all right? IQ. Now, where should we be out? We're going to be out right here, okay? So we're not a part of any of this, okay? We're not a part of any of this, right? We're out, okay? So I just want to make sure that that's clear, okay? The target's as much as the stop, because if it takes out the stop, that's fine. And, you know, this play, fine. We took a loss on this one. We more than made up for it on the GGAL, okay? And I'm putting out the targets, right? And that tells you that I'm not just going to show you after the fact and say, oh, yeah, remember when I said that this was long? Well, I got out at 1883. No, I tell you what the target is. If it doesn't get to target or no other management is updated, right, I'll let you know also when we get out of the play, right? I told the room, as soon as this red bar printed, out of the IQ, we're done with it, okay? If it sets up again, we could always replay it. All right, here was the gap on the IQ, right? Looking to see if this base breaking out over here is going to get follow through, right? Did run into a little bit more resistance. I was hoping to dig deeper into that resistance, but that resistance held, and that's why we didn't have a nice target on it, okay? So just want to make sure that you understand the plays, right? So you can take advantage of these plays, right? Now, I know the IQ didn't work, right? But something like the GGAL more than made up for it. And these are just my plays. If you played the ZS with Sammy in the afternoon as well, here on this 15-minute sell setup, right, then you also had a pretty nice winner there on this short as well. And notice how into the afternoon, market was grinding higher and we went after two shorts, right? Because it's telling us that these are unique, that these are on their own page, and these are likely to put in big moves, right? So, you know, you could have played the GGAL, the BMA, BMA also, SUPV. I think they're all kind of the South American banks, foreign banks. So they were all kind of working out of the same sector and doing the same thing, right? And I chose to go after the GGAL because I thought the pattern was the nice and cleanest and the tightest. Okay. So I just want to make sure that you understand. So if you are planning on joining, that you know how to utilize the official calls, okay? So there is a link in the description, okay, that will allow you to get registered for the free open house. It started today and runs through Friday, okay? And you'll be able to tune in from 30 minutes prior to the market open until essentially the close, okay? And we do market commentary all day, and any questions that you might have, we'll answer, as well as try and call you for you the best plays. All right, so we can all make money. All right. So if you're interested, if you've been following the market wrap, wondering, you know, when do I get a chance to try it out and see if these plays really do get called ahead of time, if they really do get managed as you say, then here's your chance. And you probably aren't that skeptical because I show you winners, I show you losers, right? So you know that there's real trading going on here. All right, but here's your chance to check it out. Until Friday, we are doing a free open house. All right, so there is a link in the description. It's the very first link provided. So check it out if you're interested. Hopefully, I'll see you in the room. All right, that'll do it for today's market wrap. We'll see what the market brings us tomorrow, and I will talk to you then. All right, have a good evening.